Artela, and Mike, who's going to handhold us throughout the demo day. Mike, over to you. Post that, would also love to hear what Jerry's vision for Artela and what the
And
roadmap
Mike,
for the
who's
builders
going
looks like.
to
Hand over.
Thank you, Mishika, for the introduction and the opening. It's very great. Hello, our builder and audience. Welcome to our demo day. So I'm your W, Mike. And yeah, as Mishika said, Jerry is our CEO and founder is here together with us today. And also CP, our CTO with us. I believe it's 5 a.m. for Jerry now, but yeah, we are together now. It's very happy to see each other. I will let Jerry introduce himself a little bit later. Yeah, and I know everyone here have spent 10 tough days building for Artela Buildathon. I even prepare more for sharing your vision and innovations to the whole crypto for this demo day. First, I want to thank you all who joined our Buildathon and create these impactful aspect innovations for Artela ecosystem. And your innovation really drives the Artela ecosystem forward. And before our project demo begins, please join me in welcoming the vision behind it all, our founder and CEO, Jerry, to share a few words with us. Jerry, the floor is yours.
All right. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Mishka. Good morning and good evening to a lot of people in Asia. Welcome to the demo day. First, I want to congratulate everyone. You already made it to the finalist out of the a few dozen projects. I think 15 projects made it to the final with different ideas and then some finished code base. I want to talk about Artela a little bit and talk about our roadmap next. Blockchain's future is extensible. At Artela, we envision a future where creators of all kinds can benefit from interconnected and extensible decentralized ecosystem. By breaking boundaries and extending on-chain functionality, Artela is the first truly extensible blockchain to enable modular and customized dApps through EVM plus aspect programming. If there was one word to describe Artela, it would be extensibility. Artela is all about extending on-chain functionality. For Web3 to achieve eventual mass adoption, the underlying technology blockchain needs a lot of improvement, particularly in usability and functionality. That's why we wanted to build a better blockchain and we want to extend the functionality on-chain. If we look back at three things about Artela blockchain. First, Artela blockchain is built on top of Cosmos SDK with many improvements on the engine, on the core, so we can achieve the state-of-art performance such as high throughput, TPS, and very quick finality, while still maintaining interchain IBC compatibility. In fact, we were part of the Interchain Foundation incubation program from last year. Second, Artela is EVM compatible. We want it to be compatible with today's most of the smart contracts. They're based on EVM, so we want to make it easier for developers to get started. Third, but not the least, the biggest innovation of Artela is to introduce aspect programming to enable on-chain extensions. That's also today's demo day's focus, focusing on these extensions, native extensions, these aspects that's natively on-chain. So along with EVM, the second Wasm-based VM is added to Artela blockchain to support multiple programming languages and enable access to a lot more on-chain resources. Compared to EVM's general computing environment, Aspect VM can be anywhere between 10x and 100x more efficient from our data and from the data collected by other people. So EVM is for general computing purpose, and Aspect VM is for application-specific extensions. It's much more powerful and much more customizable in a modular fashion. So combined together, EVM and Aspect VM, Artela blockchain is the best platform to create innovative and larger scale dApps for mass adoption. So to wrap things up, thanks and congratulations again for making to the demo day of Artela Buildathon. We have Artela blockchain public testnet is already live, and we'll have very exciting milestones, different phases ahead this year before mainnet launch eventually later 2024. And there are a lot of technical documentations on our website. Feel free to check them out. And we welcome more developers and community members to join our our platforms, join Artela community to learn more and discuss more ideas. So I'm very excited to be here today to talk with the developers to showcase these great ideas and great projects. So, thanks.
Thank you, Jerry, for the intro regarding Artela's roadmap and vision. All right, so before our demo project demo begin, let me quickly intro some quick notes for our each project's build demo. First is that each team will have 4 minutes to present. I will be the timer. And second, the language can be either English or Chinese for this time. Consider our partnership developer community. And third is that judges will ask 1 or 2 questions after each project present. You can answer in either English or Chinese. And our judges are CP and Jack. And one last word, okay? So you are the ones stood out from the rest. You come here and you are already a winner. So be relaxed and enjoy your short time. Have fun. All right.
Okay.
So I will just do it in order. So the first project is AMM plus limit order aspect. Let's welcome.
Okay. Share the screen. The share the screen, but the button is disabled. Should I re-enter the meeting?
You can try. You need to set the setting and try re-enter the meeting. Yeah, it's okay. I can maybe have another project, the next project, and you can be the next. Is that okay?
Okay.
Please take time. All right, guys. So our second project is Artela analytics aspect, but the builder of this aspect cannot be attend with us. So they give us a video. So, but I will just present the video at the very end of this demo. So our next project is Artela Mixer. So it's a EML. So is that the team here? Artela Mixer.
Hello。
Great.
Hello， 大家晚上好，我的英语不太好，我就用中文的。
好的。
我先共享一下屏幕看一下。稍等一下。我这个屏幕共享有点问题，要不我晚一点点。
Okay. Yeah. So Bill also made some problem in the screen sharing. I want to have minutes to about the notes here. So regarding you can see the message here for Mishika just sent regarding how to screen shared. It need to be enabled in the setting, and you may need to re-enter the Google Meet when after you finish this adjustment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it seems like Lynn has already enabled screen sharing for all the participants, but they just need to go around with the permissions on their system.
我看
Yes.
Bill 重新上来了，Bill 你可以共享屏幕吗？就是重启之后。
Yeah, since it's the first time a lot of participants are using Google Meet, so I think that's causing a permission issue.
我看到可以了。
哎，大家可以看到我的屏幕吗？
可以。
我们这边的话分几个部分来介绍我们的 ML 的这个项目情况。我们先从背景开始。我们的出发点是说，我们了解到这个隐私在整个 Web3 的应用中是一个非常强烈的应用需求。前面有 Toledo 的高峰期的有7亿美金的 TVL， 然后也有后面2023年8月份创始人被抓的情况，然后后面也有Leo 和 Artela 他们分别融资3亿或者是1亿美金的相关情况，但是他们都会面临着一个问题，就是我们可以隐藏交易的相关信息，但是会有涉及到反恐和反洗钱和恐怖资金的来源，或者是黑客的洗钱的一个渠道。基于这个背景的出发，我们去实现了这么一个交易的框架。大概是一个综合的区块链的安全合规的平台，主要是通过线上和线下风险评估和线上执行的机制，确保交易的合法性和用户的安全。关于这套系统呢，我们大概会分为了2个部分。第一部分是线下部分，线下部分的话，主要是对用户的地址进行打分。那打分的方式，我们通过数据收集和整合多个数据源，包括一些公共的数据和其他区块链或者是交易所的一些数据，或者是客户的主动的 KYC 过程。另外的话，我们会建一个风险的评估模型，建设风控评估模型之后，去评估整个的交易历史和资金来源、资金流向等用户的等相关因素进行情况，然后进行打分。评完分之后，我们会存储在一个数据库里面。当然，最后会形成一个监控的和一个报告过程。生成的线下的交易户对地址形成一个打分的交易情况之后，会把相关信息提交到链上去。那在链上的话，我们会对智能合约去创建白名单管理的相关机制，然后定时去更新链上的交易相关数据，去调整相关白名单。然后地址的校验的话，去校验相关白名单，或者是说交易分值比较低的用户去限制标记为高风险，或者是拒绝交易，或者是对利率进行限制。线下的这一部分的话，目前实现是通过一个 offline 的方式，但是如果我们在一定情况下，交易的 gas 费足够低，然后的话，我们可以去写一些相对来说用 CKP 的方式去证明这个数据是一个真实可控的数据。当然，现在没有去完成这一部分。增厚情况来看的话，我们主要是通过合规性和 KYC 去保证相关法律和监管要求，去包括反洗钱和了解你的 KYC 规定。第二部分呢，就是用户通知标记为高风险或者是白名单，适当去向渠道通知用户并提供必要的信息和指导。安全性的话，安全性方面，通过去保证用户的授权和数据的泄露风险。最后是对用户的灵活性和更新，对用户的教育去提供教育资源，去帮助用户使用系统，以及去告知用户某些地址为什么会被限制或者去拒绝交易。我们整个使用我们这个链的特色的话，就是 Aspic 的执行速度快和这一部分 AS 代码执行的 gas 费低，且能够被任何或者多个合约去绑定的优点。想做这么一个东西去为生态提供的价值，就是每一个合约只要绑定这个组件之后，都可以去做链上的相关控制，去形成符合 KYC 或者是符合环洗期相关规定的内容。我的内容的话大概是这些，因为准备的不是特别的充分，所以呢，大家看有没有什么问题。
Time is up. Thank you.
你刚刚提到会用到 ZKP 是具体指哪一部分？
其实我们会是这么想的，我们是说是用线下去提交信息嘛，但线下其实会有可能是存在去做恶的风险，但那线下的信息是不是线上的白名单是否一致的？但是它是完全一个中心化的形式，理论上可以通过零知识证明去保证我们收集的相关数据是一个可信任的数据，收集的数据和执行的过程是一个通过 ZKP 去验证的。
明白，就是说 option 部分就用 ZK 来解决可信的问题，然后 on-chain 的话就不需要，对吧？
对。
对，我问一下你们实现情况怎么样？
我们实现情况其实还比较简单，只是简单跑通了一个框架，然后当然整体 demo 是能跑的。现在因为可能离过完节有点久，可能线下的合约和也没有去更新了，所以这里就没有演示 demo。
行，好的啊。
你简单说，线上部分前端和合约部分和 AS 代码方面。
郭刚 Hello, AMM plus leaving other aspect. Can you share the screen? 郭刚于国刚。
On chain. That's the first challenge we are facing. The algorithm is assisting the ghost in the maze, the ghost and the game character assist the ghost in chasing the player and help the player navigate through the maze to avoiding capture by the ghost. So actually, we have tried to attempted to implement the A-star pathfinding algorithm for the first version using Solidity. Where we managed to write the Solidity contract successfully, but facing issues with the exclusive computation complex and the high gas cost during the actual execution, and which blocks the smooth functioning of the Pac-Man game. So on Artela, the aspect operates with a Watson virtual machine, and this execution efficiency of Watson, we have found out that it surprises that the EVM by 1 or 2 orders of magnitude. So by designing and leveraging the features of aspect as an on-chain coprocessor, it can handle very high computation algorithm like the A-star pathfinding algorithm. So during our test, we have found out that currently we have successfully achieved almost 1,000 rounds of continuous gameplays with each core, and which used to be an off-chain Java system for AI agent battle system can now be fully on-chain. Okay, I will share the demo. This is very simple demo, but it's very interesting that you can try that. And this is the game character, and this is a ghost. The ghost was try to catch the game character, and the character was used to navigate in the maze to avoiding capture by the ghost. So in this demo, we just show the 50 round, but we have tested that it can be almost 1,000 rounds of continuous gameplay with each core. So I think that's amazing for us to switch the traditional Pac-Man game and put it fully on chain. And I think there can be much more complex algorithm expected besides the A star can also be done using Aspect to use as the processor on chain. Yeah, that's we have been built, and you can check out the code and the description here. And yeah, thanks a lot. Do you have any questions?
Great presentation from Eric. And I have one quick question. So after porting your algorithm to Aspect, you said you can now run 1,000 rounds in a single call. So
yeah,
what does this number mean for the game? So if we run it in an EVM, how was the number?
Yes, just like what I said, the first version we have doing is using Solidity on EVM, and actually that's a disaster. We have tested that it can only be run for 1, 2, or 5 rounds on chain, and then hit the gas limit. But using the aspect, we have found that it almost have no limitation for us to implement the A star pathfinding algorithm. So for me, for cellular, it can be help us to put the execution logic fully on chain. And last version using Solidity, we have to put this execution logic off chain using Java. But for now, we can put it fully on chain. And in that way, there can be maximum the composability and the interoperability with other game characters and even with other game. So that's the truly fully on chain game for us. Thanks.
Yeah, glad to hear that. Yeah, so that's all of my question.
Thanks.
Thank you, Eric, for the intro.
Yeah, okay. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, so our next one will be asked by Marketplace. And please, KYT Aspect, please be prepared. So you'll be after asked by Marketplace. What's up? Are you here?
Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah, very clear.
Yeah.
What? Oh, yeah. One. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, nice.
Yeah. So I'm going to be talking about Aspect Park. First of all, let me introduce myself. I'm Srivatsav. I'm the developer of the Aspect Marketplace. Hello. I think there is some disturbance.
Yeah, please mute yourself.
Yeah. So I'm the developer of the Aspect Marketplace, which is a plug-and-play tool where even if you don't know how to code, you can just add it to your smart contract. So these are the problems that can be faced by a developer or a non-developer. Firstly, they might not know how to code. So then it's difficult for them to develop an aspect so that they can add it to their smart contract or any other smart contract. Or they might know how to code, but they don't know how to build an aspect, or they might be building already existing aspect. So for all these problems, Aspect Marketplace is built. So in this, a user can come to the website, connect their wallet, and give in their. There are different types of aspects, but the goal is to make it like anyone can list their aspects there. So I'll walk you through the demo after this presentation. So these are the current features. They can select one of the aspect among the many, and they can directly give in the smart contract address and add it to their smart contract. And they can add as many aspects as possible to a given smart contract, or they can add these aspects to as many smart contracts as possible. The future plans are to if make developers earn via this, because if someone is using their aspect, then there should be a way which they should be able to monetize it. So that's one of the future plans, and anyone should be able to list their listings, and after auditing only they can be listed. Otherwise people might just uh, trick you and take your money. So that's all, guys. Thank you. I'll just quickly walk you through a demo of the Aspect Marketplace. So can you can see my screen, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So user can connect their wallet, and these are currently fixed, but they have to change according to their contract. So they have to input their smart contract address here and ABI here, and click on bind aspect. As soon as they click that, yeah, the transaction is completed. You can see that you have added the session key aspect to your contract. Similarly, there are other aspects such as student. And in that gap, the price of the token might change. So we can keep it in a way that if the price changes more than this price or increases, then don't execute the transaction. These are different kinds of which I have in my mind. Yeah. That's it, guys. Thank you. If you have any questions, please let me know.
Yeah, just one quick question from my side. So,
Yeah.
to foster a healthy development of this market, so if you want to make this market keep going, and do you consider to design a revenue sharing model with the Aspect developer? So, if so, how would you like to design that?
Sorry, sir. Can you repeat the question, Jack?
Yep. So, do you guys consider to design a revenue sharing model with the Aspect developer? So, you get so if
Yes.
okay.
That's the end goal. Yeah.
Yeah. So, if so, how would you guys to design such process? So, is there any idea how to do that?
Uh, I'm still thinking of different ways, but yeah, I need to look into more about it. It's just a plan I was thinking. I know I don't have a proper way of going through it, but we can have. I also need to brainstorm with you guys, and maybe we can decide on something.
Yeah, got it. Yeah, we are happy to discuss that with you guys. So, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Great. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for the introduction of Aspect Marketplace, Mailing. So our next speaker will be KYT Aspect. And please be prepared for link learner.
Yes, hello everyone. Yeah, let me, can you hear me?
Yeah, very clear.
Yes, okay, let me share my screen. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Steve, and I'm deeply honored here today and introduce a significant contribution to Artela network, the KYT aspect. As many of you are aware, in the traditional finance, the concept of KYC or Know Your Customer is an indispensable practice. However, when we compare this to the Web3 world, the process of registering the customer identity information on the blockchain presents significant challenges. So on public blockchains, our focus shift towards monitoring the dynamic transactional activities of customer addresses. The practice of KYT or Know Your Transaction comes into play here, where the transactions are assessed for the risk based on factors such as the origin of transactions, their intended purpose, amount, frequency, and more. This process allows us to promptly identify the suspicious or abnormal behaviors. In response to this, we have thoughtfully designed the KYT aspect with a strong emphasis on its scalability of Artela aspect. Moreover, based on the involving form of aspect, we have divided it into two distinct systems: the generic on-chain KYT aspect and the hybrid KYT system that combines both on-chain and off-chain element. Our system is composed of an aspect alongside an ERC 677 contract. The aspect is attempt at identifying and monitoring flush loan arbitrages, detecting sandwich attacks, supervising the flow of medium to high-risk address transactions, and overseeing the behavior of blacklisted and whitelisted addresses. It is capable of identifying the phishing attempt, flash loan and reentrancy, and various other abnormal actions. Because KYT data can be both provided and utilized, so our model looks like an chaining oracle. So we can adopt a similar standard to the ERC 677 token to build an economic model. The aspect on-chain design is complete, but due to the time constraints, we are unable to discuss it in detail here. So for more information to our design, you can visit our GitHub repository. In terms of practical implementation, our fully on-chain generic KYT aspect has the capacity to tackle any issue in off-chain KYT solutions, such as on-chain attack interceptions. However, bring all KYT capabilities from offline to online is full of challenges. So considering our mid to short-term strategy, we have opted to integrate parts of our KYT rules and architecture into the on-chain aspect. For more complex algorithms, we have leveraged the capabilities of off-chain KYT APIs. Being a public good, KYT aspect is aimed at all participants and projects within the entire ecosystems, such as DEX, lending, bridges, staking, RWA, and etc. This figure shows an entire yes. Does anyone have questions?
No, let's go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. This figure shows an entire attack chain in one transaction. If the projects mentioned above had integrate the KYT aspect, the attack could be detected and intercepted at any steps. The development of KYT aspect can be divided into at least 4 stages. In the beginning phase, The data of KYT aspect is entirely provided by the off-chain KYT system and is periodically updated by off-chain data providers. At the final stage, main KYT functionalities such as phishing attack detection and the risk scoring system can be migrated from off-chain to on-chain. So we can also crafting an economic and decentralized governance model for the on-chain KYT systems. Okay, thank you all for the listening. For the complete design scheme and code, please visit our GitHub page. Thank you so much.
Yeah, great presentation. So just one quick question from my side. Implementing such security algorithm on-chain means that every transaction requires this additional gas. But is it possible that so that 99% of the transactions are legit, only very little percent of the transactions are hacking transactions, so the gas cost might be a problem. So how can this issue be resolved to make your solution more practical?
Oh yes, that's a good question. When we design the QIT algorithm, we take into account optimization strategies for gas. For instance, we implement tied approaches to the detection algorithm. By default, the QIT aspect will monitor basic transaction behavior, resulting in a very low gas cost. However, if an anomaly action is detected or there is a complex capital flow or the money flow, more advanced algorithms such as attacked interceptions will be triggered. And in this case, the cost of the gas consumed will be significantly lower than the potential loss caused by an attack.
All right, I see. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for the KYT project's introduction. So our next one will be Link Learner. Let's welcome.
Yeah, hi Mike. Can you hear me?
Yeah, very clear.
Yeah, okay, let me share my screen. Okay. Okay. And GM everyone. And today I'm very happy to show our project Link Learner. And what we do is very simple. We want to empowering AI from every corner of the world and let everybody to join AI plus Web3 together. And before we start, I just want to show something interesting about generative AI and community together. And before the GPT launch, as you know that in 2018, there was a very interesting project launched by Google. It's called the Google Quick Draw Dataset. It's still launching, and what this do is just like you can draw a graffiti of a topic, so like an ant, a bird, or something else that provided by Google, and they use the data from the community users. It's just like randomly users, and to train the generative AI data based on the RNN network. So what it does is like that. If you give a topic or give a graffiti, he can finish it together with you, and the data is provided by the community. And that's how the first time I know about generative AI community works, and that is how we get the Link Learner project based on Artela. Yeah, and here's a demo. What we do is very simple, a hand drawing demo based on Artela, and we use the TensorFlow GS to train the model in the front end. Yeah, in this project, I want to show variance processing is that we don't have a backend and everything is running decentralized. So we just pulled the front end into IPFS somewhere else, and this will never down. And what we do is simple. When you draw something on the front end and you just choose a topic, we change the topic from the stuff like the types of ants or birds to numbers, just like digital numbers from 0 to 9. So it would 10 results, and you can train on the front end and you can submit it, and we'll put the weights to the expert runtime, and if it's validated, you'll earn tokens, and you can, and after that, you can just pull up the weights together again from the expect runtime, and you can just predict it running it directly onto TensorGS on the front end, and you will get the results. And so that is a part of change learn. And yeah, this is our design very simply because in Expect we have the Expect runtime, can do many complex things based on the WebAssembly runtime. And so on the EVM part, we're still doing it as an access layer, and you can use any type of protocols or access type if you want. And then in this demo, we use the ERC20 as a link learner token to let users earn more. And also you can launch a model as an NFT, and we're going to be discussing later in the next slide. And as for the Aspect runtime, because it can store things, and we use it to store and aggregating weights from different kinds of users and doing more complex results about AI. So we define it as the AI layer. And what is very impressive is that those two layers can communicate with each other. So we can just combine the AI part and the SS layer to let user earn or something else. And there were many interesting talking economic to do in the future. And so that's what we're going to do in the future. The first one is that adopt to democratic governing AI, and that is what Vitalia mentioned in the crypto and AI article he said. And what we want to know is that in physical learning, there's many kind of research, and I think there will be a part very interesting is that if the holders, yeah, we can read the tokens. So we can read the holders of linked learner tokens. So if the holders have more tokens that they have, they would like to really more like to maintain the quality of the models, is that they're going to earn money on it. So we can use that to let the token holder to have a more greater weight with aggregating the model together. And that's what interior part want to research yet. And the second part is that about digital ownership. And we can launch a stuff like a weight. It's just like a part of market is just solving on the runtime, and we can just consider it as an NFT and can trade. And when this is called, every trainer that joined it part, and the trainer and the owner, because of the model, you can also trade it to somebody else, and they can share the profit together, and that will be sometime very interesting. And yeah. And here's a demo. You can try the trade online, and you can submit. And I just do it before, and you can see that. You can see when we submit it, and you will see we have a very long hex. It's the weight of us, and we're going to push it on the aspect layer. You can not do it on the exterior, I think. And okay, and okay, and that's all for my presentation. Yeah.
So I have one question. So is it feasible to execute an AI model inside Aspect? So do you know any existing AI model that can be running inside Awesome?
So actually, I want to frankly speaking, I just tried before I launched Link Learner because the first thing I think that okay, the aspect layer is a great runtime with WebAssembly. As you know, you can even run like a virtual machine, so like running JavaScript in the WebAssembly and to do something. So I think that running a simple AI model could be work, but I tried and eventually failed because I used the simplest model network that can run on some IoT devices, and so it doesn't work. But I think the key point is that we want to make AI combine it with the digital ownership. So I just changed my idea and yeah, do it on Link Learner. Yeah.
I see. All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Henry, for introducing Link Learner. Great. So our next project will be on-chain encryption aspect. So welcome.
Hi, folks. So this is Adansh this side, and this is my friend Suryansh. So we are presenting you our aspect, the on-chain encryption aspect. Please share the screen.
Not yet. Not yet. The screen.
Can you confirm if you can see our screen?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So let's start.
Let's begin. So talking about the use cases of this project, a problem which we have faced as developers is that we cannot encrypt our data on chain. Right now also, in this age of EVMs and much more advancements in the age of blockchain, we have to encrypt our data off chain using a client. So we have tried to solve this same problem using the power of aspects, and we have written an aspect for encrypting your data. So let's talk about the use cases of the project. Then we will walk you through the project design, and we will then walk you through the website demo. Let's begin. So talking about the use cases of the project, it can encrypt your data, sensitive data such as private keys, passwords on the go in a decentralized manner in the smart contracts in itself. Then its native speed is just amazing because Aspects uses the power of WebAssembly to compile. The native speed and the benchmarks which we have got were really awesome. And talking about the security, we are using the Cha-Cha-20 algorithm, which is a fast and efficient algorithm, which is also used in the transport layer security in networks. Then for my developer fellows, it is really easy to integrate into a smart contracts. All you need to do is just to call the endpoint smart contract into your smart contract, and you are good to go. We have also provided an example smart contract of a hospital management system in our GitHub repo, so you can refer to that for any doubts. So for now, come to the project design. I would like to hand it over to my friend Suryansh.
Thank you, Rudransh. Now I'll explain you guys the project design. So basically all the stuff that I'm going to explain is basically on the GitHub repo that you can find in the DoraHacks middle. So now let's go to the GitHub. So our project is basically, as Rudransh has told you, is around encryption and doing that encryption on chain. So we have divided the project and formalized it into 4 components: the aspect itself, the algorithm, Cha-Cha-20, the smart contract, and the demo website, which we'll show you later on. So moving on to the execution and how this actually works is I will show you this flowchart. So like in any encryption scheme, you first have a message and the key through which you are going to encrypt the message. So you can pass this input message and key through the demo website, or you can use a third-party smart contract caller. This will then move on to a smart contract that we have hosted on Artela's testnet, which is going to under the hood basically is going to the aspect, which is then using the Cha-Cha-20 algorithm that we have written in assembly script to compute the result of the encryption and decryption. All this is done on the pre-contract call join point, which is if anyone's familiar with Artela's architecture, basically runs before the smart contract is actually called. So basically what we are doing is parsing all the stuff, all the arguments, and then doing the encryption and returning that to the smart contract using the transient storage. So this was all about the project architecture. If anyone has any further doubts, I would happy to answer that. But all the stuff is we have well documented in our GitHub repo. Now moving on to the interesting stuff, I would like to move on to the demo website that we have prepared. So as earlier, the demo website's link can be found on the DoraHacks middle. So as you can see, we have put some good work into the design, and we have tried to make the UI UX as quite intuitive as possible. Now, like any dApp, first all you need is to connect the wallet through the wallet connect modal. And as you can see, I already have some tokens from the faucet. We are using the Artela testnet, as it is obvious. Now, like in any encryption scheme, I have a message, hello world, and a key. Since this is a demo, we have already put in some good example of the message and a quite random security key that I'm going to use to encrypt. Now I'll click the encrypt button, and as you can see, in a moment the MetaMask wallet pop-up will come, and I will press the confirm button for the transaction to basically execute on the blockchain. Now in a moment, the results will be loaded on here. So basically, this is the hex and the string for the encrypted result. You can always utilize this in your own dApp or in your own smart contract. But for now, I'll show you when you will decrypt this again, you will get the same result back, basically proving the validity of the algorithm. So I have copied this and I'm going to decrypt this. Now following the same procedure, this transaction will get executed, and we'll get hello world again here. Yes, as you can see, we again get hello world, basically proving what I was saying earlier. So all this can be found over the DoraHacks middle link, where we have shared all these links. Now moving on to the conclusion, if anyone would like to connect with us, here are our socials. And on the ending note, we'd like to thank the Artela team for their immense support during the hackathon. And for the future prospects, we propose to include other encryption algorithms, like some popular ones could be AES or other algorithms that you may need in your application. We might include that in the aspect. And also you could, we are planning to include some other things like signatures and other cryptography stuff like secret sharing, which can be utilized in real world cases. So thank you for having us over. And this was our demo.
Thank you. So one quick question. So if you are doing this encryption and decryption on the chain, so does that mean that your key is basically transmitted to the blockchain? So it will be open. So how do you see this problem?
So basically, that part is for the client side stuff. You can use our encryption aspect and the smart contract when you have some content that you are generating in the smart contract itself. Like for example, you can have Chainlink generate you some content which you can then utilize over in the smart contract, or you may have to derive the key out of something else, like hashing the string over or something else. If you have a hospital record, you can have the data and you can derive a key from that and then use the smart contract like we have prepared for encryption and decryption.
Got it. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for the introduction of encryption aspect. It's great. All right. So our next one will be solid aspect IDE. Let's welcome the team.
Yeah, hello.
Hi, Peter.
I'll share my screen.
Sure, take your time.
Do you see my screen or?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Oh, now it's fine.
Okay, yeah, cool. So yeah, my name is Peter, and I'll be presenting the Solid Aspect IDE, which is basically a web-based IDE for aspect programming. So it's mainly a development tool aimed for all skill levels, providing them with like an easier way to interact and create aspects and import existing one, which is like a unique feature of this IDE. So I guess I'll showcase by going through one of the Artela documentation, which is this one here. And so we can skip the first few, which is setting up because we're using the IDs already set up, and go straight to the smart contract. So the smart contract we can find online on this site here with the Artela example. And to load this smart contract, which this isn't part of the project that I submitted, but you can load the smart contract onto the Solid IDE as well. And I will compile and deploy a smart contract on Artela testnet already, so we can skip this part. The next part is deploying the aspect, which is the storage aspect, which basically allows the aspect to communicate with the smart contract and vice versa. So we can find the smart contract again on the aspect example, and we can load the same thing using the aspect URL for the IDE. And then once that's done, you can play around, edit it, but we're going to just compile and deploy it based on the tutorial. So deploying will require compiling and building, which will generate a WASM. So we'll just wait for this to finish compiling. And what you'll need is to fill in the properties. So in this case, this aspect requires a pre-TX execute and a post-TX execute. And you can access the WASM here, download it, and to edit the joints and properties, you can just fill in these form. So then once you click deploy, you should pop up, MetaMask transaction should pop up, and then you can just execute it. So just deploy the aspect here. And then once that's deployed, we can start binding the aspect and the contract together. So in that case, there should be another tab for that. So yeah, that's confirmed. And then the address should generate, which is the aspect ID. And then, like I said, binding the aspect and contract, there should be a new tab here where you can start binding your contract. So if we take the smart contract and put it in this input, and also we require a ABI for the smart contract as well, which I'll just get it from here, and then put it in this field. And another tool that you can do is load existing aspects. So from binded from the smart contract. Since there's any, so there won't be any aspect binded to the smart contract, which is expected. But once you have all the prerequisite filled out, you can start binding. So we just click bind. That should open up another MetaMask transaction. Yep, and then I'll just max the gas. Yep, and then once that's confirmed, then we can confirm it by just loading the aspect again to see what the smart contract has bounded, and then which is here. So we successfully bounded the smart contract with the version 1. So we can test out, or we can actually move on to the next step, which is testing out the method. So if we test the get aspect context, which is from the smart contract, and we need to provide the aspect ID and the 2 contract parameters. So if we do this and get the aspect ID, press this, and then do a call, then what we should expect to see is basically what the smart contract, what the aspect tells us to set, which is hello world. And as you can see, it's here, hello world. And also to test the set aspect test context, just do the same thing. Or you can call it on this side as well if you don't have the solid EVM ID up. So just put that there, and also the string, which is in this case, hello world. So, and then what this should expect us to return is the value of true, which in this case, it returned the value of true. So that's basically the solid aspect ID in a nutshell. You can do a bit more like upgrading, but I don't think I have time for that. So yeah, that's mainly it.
All right. So yeah, great design of this IDE. So one question. So is it possible to integrate some kind of debuggers within the IDE so we can debug?
Yeah. So I'm planning to have another like tab here, which maybe is a console. We're still haven't started implementing it, but that's something that's we could do in the future, which is basically just provide like a console for the users to see what the outputs are instead of just putting it here. So yeah, that's a feature.
Yeah, sounds very promising. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Peter, for introducing Solid Aspect IDE. So our next one will be Ring Seed Protocol. Let's welcome them.
好，大家好。
你好。
共享一下屏幕。能看到吗？
好，现在可以了。
可以的。
好，大家好我们的项目是一个环境隐私交易协议这是我们的一个项目简介。它是一个部署在Artela网络的一个去中心化可监管的一个隐私的解决方案。它使用那个环象签名技术来获得隐私，使得我们这个就是用户的存款与那个取款之间的那个连接就是断开，从而来保证隐私。另外通过我们的那个 aspect pre-contract call 来确保我们这个就是用户的一个合规性这是我们协议的一些优势主要有以下4点。Artela 是一个双 VM 的一个公链，我们把合约功能部署在 EVM 上，并且通过那个 aspect pre-contract call 功能，在用户存款调用执行之前，通过验证用户输入的 TS 来确保用户是不是来自已经经过身份验证的一个中心化交易所的地址。如果不是，就是退回调用，从而就是保证我们协议的一个合规性这是我们这个使用这个ASP 的一个点，这是我们那个协议的一个主要特点。好的，这张图是我们协议的主要一个交互流程。首先用户那个通过我们这个监管合约进行一个存款动作，ASP 的那个 pre-contract call 会预先验证用户的那个参数，就 TS 参数，来保证那个用户的一个合规，就是合规的。 如果验证通过，顺利进行那个存款通过；如果验证不通过，那就是退回啊。这里面刚前面说了，也就是是否我们这个用户是来自我们这个有那个中心化交易所的那个地址啊。然后这个若要取款呢，取款这部分就是首先用户通过那个链下辅助程序啊，生成一个取款证明，提交给我们这个登记者啊，由登记者调用我们这个协议的一个取款函数啊，取款，最后把我们这个取款资金发送回我们这个用户指定的一个取款地址啊。这样子就是说，我们那个存款和取款之间就是没有任何的一个连接，从而保证我们这个存款用户的一个合规性啊。然后通过就是 Artela 的这个功能啊，使我们的协议应该来说非常完美。存款操作的这个合规验证啊，都是在同一个交易上啊，这个就是一个非常跨界的一个方法哈。接下来我们来展示一下那个demo。
Next, let me demonstrate the demo. First, connect your wallet. Then we perform a deposit operation. The deposit operation involves 3 parameters. The first one is the deposit amount. Here, we enter 0.001. The second parameter is a transaction hash used for verification. By verifying the hash, we bind the user's address with the whitelist address. Retrieve a hash from the user and fill it in. This ensures compliance with the user's funds. Finally, we input the public key generated by the ring signature computation, which is a public parameter. If the parameters are incorrect, you won't be able to initiate a transaction through the blockchain wallet. Revert to the correct parameters. Click on the deposit button. This transaction is currently undergoing pre-contractual validation through the aspect. Waiting for the pending transaction. Done. Now let's initiate a withdrawal operation. Withdrawal requires entering the proof generated by the off-chain auxiliary program. Copy the input data and paste it in. Switch the address to address 4. The current balance of art in this address is 0. For the sake of demonstration, we use address 1 as the relayer to initiate the withdrawal. Click on the withdraw button. Done. Now let's check it. Switch to the designated address. The balance of address 4 has now become 0.001, the same as the deposit amount. That's the entire process of our demo. Thank you.
好，感谢结束啊。
我有个问题啊，就问你，还钱背后是在链下是哪些主体会参与呢？就在你这个场景里面。
我们链下就是我们还钱其实是一个那个链下辅助程序，是由用户自己参与的，自己生成的。
因为我看
没有其他主体。
因为提到说能够拿到就是那交易所的一个经过 KYC 验证的一个标签，这个是我有没有理解错？就刚刚
是这样子的，就是说这个KYC 因为这项那个叫什么那个工作也是挺繁重的，所以说我们采用了一个这个简单的方法，就是说我们从就是要求用户啊，以那个 KYC 有一个那个就是那个相当于一个那个交易吧，就是你的那个资金来源，就是比如说你从币安转钱过去，那我就有币安的一个尘埃险这个记录。那币安这个转账地址呢，是预先我们会放在whitelist 里面去的。这样子就是我们通过用户调用之前，我们先他把他的那个尘埃险那个放进去，然后用我们的 S-Pen 的那个 pre-contract call 来 以那个我们的那个 word list 来确认一下是不是符合。如果它就是说这个来自 word list 的，那就说明它是那个合规的，就是来自于那个KYC center 的。
明白明白。
对，我们那个 S 分可以就是说读取历史数据啊，是利用的是这个功能。
明白啊，make sense。我没有其他问题了，谢谢。
好的，好。
All right. Thank you very much for Ring State Protocol's introduction. So our next one will be lottery gambling aspect. Let's welcome.
Hello， 听到吗？
可以的。
诶，怎么分享啊？等一下，这能看到吗？
啊，现在还不能。
可以了吗？
好呀，
可以。
就是我介绍一下我们的项目，就是我们这个就是一个比较简单一个想法，目前就是还没有实现一个 demo。那可能我们就是后期会进一步完善它。那这个就是我们一个 lottery， 就是一个就是一个线上彩票。那我们初衷就是基于目前这个国内彩票市场可能充满乱象，就是不公平嘛。那我们想考虑通过智能合约来实现这个像彩票一个玩法的，然后在加密货币这一块是实现这个线上彩票一个玩法。那就是其实通过 Aspect 这个就是其实算法也比较简单，就是主要是通过 Aspect 去生成一个随机数。那么随机数就是比如说这里我们第一个玩法就是猜大小。这是一个一个原型，就是我们在里面去有一个讲词。那如果猜对的话就如果你显示大，那就是比如说它随机数1，那可能我就是大，随机数0就是小，那就是很简单一个算法。那么未来就是那其实它功能也不多，就是登录一下钱包，然后去把这个金额输进去，然后去调用智能合约去算出对应的一个值。那这一块呢，就是未来我们可能想的就是这是一个初级的一个比较小游戏。那我们未来可能是想第一个是把比如说一些一些双色球啊，还有一些猜一种比如说一些赛事竞猜或者是题材这种玩法也能放在我们这个平台上去实现。那未来我们也会去做一个通过这玩法呢，我们可能未来可能会有几个未来一个预期，就是第一个是支持多链和多币。那第二个是实现这个发布这个白皮书和我们这个 token。就是我们设想一个基因模型，大概就是讲词呢，就是我们是100%去不动的，就是说我们只有2个方向，第一个是兑奖，第二个是定期的购买我们的 token。然后通过 token 呢，就是用户得到 token 之后，就可以做质押，质押收益可以去再回到我们这个奖池去抽奖，那形成一个这个增长飞轮，实现我们这个平台的一个稳定的发展。那目前我们可介绍的就是大概这个想法。那谢谢。
我问一下，就你们实现层面怎么样？
我们还正在做，所以说可能还没那个 demo 还没弄好。
明白。
因为比较急，可能目前只是一个比较初级的方案。
明白。那 Aspect 在里面核心就是去做随机数的一个问题是吧？
对，是的。可能未来还有一些，比如说一些 token 的一些运用啊，这是可能到时候后面会再做一些一些深入的一些开发吧。这目前还没有太具体的一些内容。
明白。那随机数这部分你们打算做到什么程度呢？
随机数就是比如说通过 比如说地址去做水棋，或者是通过那个预言机啊这一块去获得一个随机数，或者是我们通过一些随机数算法吧，去在那个 SBS 上面去实现。
明白。好，谢谢。
All right. Thank you very much for the introduction, lottery governing aspect team. So our next one will be a throttle aspect for Artela. Let's welcome.
大家好。
你好，是您。
能看见我的屏幕吗？
暂时还不能，看一下啊。好，可以了。
今天跟大家分享一个小东西，就是一个用于限流的一个 aspect。这个限流的意思呢，就非常简单，就是说，当你有很多的大量的这个交易的时候，对吧？我就降低这个交易成功的这个频率，然后来限制一些这个交易的数量。那这个东西的典型这个典型的场景呢，就是比如说，我可以防止 DDoS 啊，或者是对于像一些空投之类的场景，可以限制用户的一些频繁的这个领取空投，但可以保护我们的合约的一些这个利益啊。这个东西非常简单，它其实就是利用了这个 aspect 的一些这个非常基本的功能，比如说像它的 mutable state 来记录一下这个方法上次调用的一些时间，对吧？如果说在这个条件之内的话，就可能就直接把它给拒绝掉啊，非常简单的一个小东西啊。那么就是说这个东西其实在使用 Solidity 也是可以实现的。那当然使用我们 Aspect 的优势呢，就在于这个 Aspect 呢可以灵活组合配置，甚至呢我们可以在合约上线之后，对吧？我们再去通过绑定，使得一些这个重要的这个合约能获得保护。而且呢，在和这个 Artela 的这个团队在沟通的当中，我发现了一个非常牛逼的东西，就是我们有一个非常特殊的这个 join point， 叫 filter tx。当然他们认为说这个东西尚未实装啊。那么如果说可以使用，如果这个东西实装了，那么我们这个限流 aspect 就可以利用 filter tx， 在链下去这个当交易要进入 mempool 之前，就把它给拒绝掉。以减轻这个链上的网络压力。因为之前的话，我有过几次经验啊，就是有些链它搞活动，结果网络堵塞，一直不出块，这种尴尬的事情发现。所以我觉得这个 Artela 能支持这个功能的话，我觉得这个未来可期啊。然后最后因为我这东西比较小嘛，做了一个简单的这个我就不演示了。大家可以看，这是我之前自己测试的。那在我设置的这个 aspect， 对吧？可以当它执行成功之后，后续的一些重复的调用都会被这个 aspect 拒绝掉。那后续的话，那我希望后续的话，我希望后续的话能够把这个限流的 aspect 组件，把它进一步增强它的功能，使其成为一个公共的组件。而后续的话还希望能够通过像 operation Jekyll 等等，来动态的调整一些，比如说这个限流的这个配置，多少个块或者多少个时间等等。东西比较小啊，没有什么东西，谢谢大家。
明白。你当前这一个 case 是已经完整实现了是吧？是端到端了。
对，已经完整实现了。
明白。
可能我觉得就现在还不能够，我觉得离成为一个公共 aspect 组件还有点距离。但如果说比如说直接把代码抄过去用在自己的上面是没什么问题。
明白。 对，就相当于实现了一个就是链上的一个现有中文件，然后在 Uptrend 的这个mempool 期间还可以再实现一个链下版本。
对，就看到时候这个就要看创始团队怎么去处理这个，到时候我们可以跟进。
行，明白。好。
All right.
有没有其他问题
？Thank you, Xinin Rui, for introducing total aspect for Artela. Great. So our next one will be AMM plus limit order aspect. Are you ready? Let's welcome. Naomi.
Hello，可以听到吗？
可以的。
好的。我们组的项目是一个 AMM 加限价单的项目，然后做这一个项目的出发点是为了解决当前市面上的 DEX 大部分都是AMM 跟限价单是分开的，然后我们这一个项目可以解决的问题就是，当限价单的价格滑动到pool中，的价格的时候，它可以自动撮合这一个订单。然后我们的前端界面大概是这样子。首先，用户需要连接钱包，然后需要连接到我们这个 Artela 的这一条链上，然后在这里我们就会展示所有的挂单信息，然后右边呢是我们的交易面板。当用户通过 UA 钱包连接到我们这一个 DApp 的时候，他就可以在这边 buy 和 sell。点击 buy 的时候，我们调用的是aspect and operation， 然后我们会将这一个方法生成的 core data 传入我们的 transaction。然后在挂单的时候，也会要求用户需要存入这一个 USDC。在合约层面呢，我们是在 Aspect 的实例里面继承了2个接口。第一个接口是 Aspect Operation 这一个接口，这个接口主要是实现限价单的正商改查，也就是这一部分的查询，还有这一部分的添加，还有这一个的 cancel。然后第2个接口是 iPost Contract Core JP 接口，这个接口的功能是监听pool中价格的变动，然后判断交易所的价格数量是否匹配用户挂的这一个单，如果是匹配的话，就会自动撮合限价单，也就是利用了 Aspect 里面的 Join Point 的这一个功能。然后我们接下来的优化主要是，第一个是我们想要用户他一次性授权给 AA 钱包，这样每笔挂单都可以快速的执行。然后第2点是前端将这一个限价单这一部分是限价单，然后 try AMM 所以我们是另外开了一个链接，我们希望整合到一起。这一个是我们项目的 demo。这一块可以在实战里面去查询它的交易详情。这一步是取消挂单。 然后我们要查看最新的挂单消息，需要刷新才能查看。对，最后2笔就是最新的交易。大概是这样子。
明白。哎，我想问一下，你们现在整个方案的实现程度怎么样？
您指的是前端还是合约方面的？
合约后端部分，因为前端刚刚都看得到。
我请我的队友回答一下吧，他是负责合约的。
不行的，我可以听到吧？可以听到，对对
可以。
是这样的，就是我们原来不是做了那个 post call 那个东西嘛，然后我们主要是因为我也部署了一个 demo swap 的交易所嘛，然后但前段时间没有去弄它，因为一个是要通过那个 get call 的话，我后面试了还是不行，就是说无法查询到我所需要的这个价格信息，所以后面暂时还没有再去推进。然后这些就是我们的这个这个 aspect 的这个 TS 啊，也已经写了相应的逻辑，但是的话目前没有这个价格信息，还有就是还没完成最后这一步，就是说做这个 quarter 和那个 swap 这2个功能，目前没有做最后这一步，所以这个我不知道是什么原因，有可能还需要再做一些优化，或者是再查询一下有哪些技术问题。对对对，就是跟这个spec 的这个就是它的那个通过这个 post contract 靠这个 entry point 去跟合约交互这一块，可能这边还是有些问题嘛，就是说有些技术问题。这个整个逻辑思路大概应该是没有问题的。
明白，那就是说代码就还没完全调通，就都已经实现了。好的，对，我第二个问题呢是想问一下，就是就你们针对是哪一个版本的那个 V2还是 V3的那个
目前我用的是 V3的版本
V3
的那个就是它有一个 static call 那个 get quote 的方法嘛，然后它也是去模拟这个 swap， 但是后面它会 rollback 嘛 rollback， 然后对以前就是说正常的话应该是说可以直接去查询，但是因为这个的话上次我也是跟你们的 mentor 去聊过，他就必须是有一个合约，有一个账户去发起交易，必须用这个 AA 账户，所以目前还在这一块有卡住在这一块。
行，好嘞，明白就这样。
All right, thank you guys for the detailed introduction. Our next project will be Vault Astro Token Boost. Are you ready? Let's welcome. OK， 好的。
我先演示一下我的显示器。可以看到吗
？Yeah, it's clear. 可以看到，可以看到。
但是我看好像很慢的样子。
一点点卡，就是。
对。我看屏幕都不动。我这个之前就是，之前有那用 Solidity 写过一个 Curve 的那个 VE Token Boost 的那个增值功能，然后我发现它这里，因为我们这个它是原本需要记录大量的节点信息，然后去操作的时候去结算每个节点的信息，这个写法其实是和那个 Curve 的差不多。然后实际上，但是如果数量过多的话，他们会超出 超出这个 gas limit， 导致整个合约都变成一个锁定的状态。然后我们这边 Aspect 这边的 VM 可以执行的更好，容量更大，可以把这个问题最起码让这个操作空间变得更大一些。然后实际对比的话，就是核心的部分主要就是一个实现区别。原来是 Modify， 现在是使用2个这个 Join Point 来实现。目前这个东西只是整个生态的一部分。这个一般这个 VE token 都是一个很大的项目才会使用的东西，很少会直接出现。所以说它只是提供了一个思路。但是实际上，你要是真的有一些那种使用一些额外的特殊的发币方式的东西，也可以直接用它来生息。然后目前实现是都有的，但是没有进行过测试。然后这个也是因为这个东西比较复杂，写的时间很长，所以说最后就没有进行测试。然后就这些，然后Solidity 的部分其实也很多，然后把那个所有的数据存储的部分全部迁移到了 Xpack， 就是这样。
明白。就你现在写这个的话，是之前是在 EVM 里面已经实现过了，是吧？
对。
还是说那边只是一个 option 的一个函数，还是说本来 EVM 里面已经有类似的一个实现
？EVM 里的实现现在是完全生产状态的，现在还有几十万的锁仓量吧。
明白。那你刚刚提到说合约会进入一个锁定状态，这个是什么问题？
就是因为我们前期尤其这种锁仓项目，在最开始上线的时候，用户是非常多的，然后他们会经常操作，然后他们的锁仓时间也很长，然后但是在某一天但是中间这段时间，其实在这个 APY 基本上达到一个持平状态下，其实已经很少有用户去操作它。这样的话，它的那个节点信息会在最后某一个用户想要提取的时候去统一结算。这样的话，他们的那个如果中间的节点或者是就是存储节点特别多的话，就会有超出 gas 的问题。
明白。所以就这个是一个现在说把一个就是需要跑得更快模块，然后移植到 Aspect 里面实现。明白。行那我没有其他问题，谢谢。
Thank you very much for the introduction. So our next one will be information retrieval aspect. Let's welcome.
Hello，
可以听到。
等一下，我可以看到吗？
可以。
OK， 就是我是一个 idea 的分享嘛，就是这个 idea 主要就是一个信息这么一个检索的一个功能的一个 aspect 的一个 idea， 然后它的背景呢，主要就是我们Web2 的一些传统的一些应用的话，它的数据的所有权是归到那个应用它的中心化的数据库当中的嘛。但是这些数据的创作者应该是大部分用户嘛，像无论短视频的视频啊，还是一些论坛的文章，应该都是用户创造的。我想就这部分的也是作为一部分资产嘛，这部分的资产应该是归用户去所有的。所以我希望就是有这么一个新的这么一个模式吧，就是说把这些文章啊、短视频，包括甚至音乐，像一些社交关系的这些所有权回归到用户的手中，然后通过一个用户去授权他们手中的这些数据资产的这种方式给 DApp， 然后 DApp 去读取他们的数据，然后这样一个新的一个数据的就是应用的这么一个生态吧。这是我 的一个想法，然后这个想法就是主要有这么2点创新嘛，一个就是用户的资产所有权就是回到用户的手中，还有一个就是我希望是不是可以打造一个这么一个新型的这种 Web3 应用的一个生态，就是说迁移一些 Web2 的应用，包括论坛或者是其他的一些就是 APP 的这么一个形式。然后它的实现方式，我想主要就是分为3个部分，一个是用户他就是个人的一个数据要存到一个合约里去，然后还有一部分就是信息检索的这么一个 aspect，然后就是具体的应用的一个 DAPP，分成这么3个部分。然后大概示意图是这个样子，用户先要去提交他的一些个人的一些数据吧，比如说他的文章要去写到这个存储的合约中，然后包括一些授权信息，比如说他把这个数据授权给了哪些 DApp，都通过这个合约实现。然后具体的一些DAPP，比如说我们一个 Web3 版的一个论坛，然后它去绑定我们的这个信息检索的这么aspect，然后可以去读到用户这边的数据，然后因为 aspect 它有一些比较强大的功能嘛，比如说应该是可以做一些数据的那种监听，比如说这边又有新的用户去存了新的数据，然后比如说我发了一篇文章，我这边的 DAPP 可以通过绑定的 aspect 去检索到那个新的文章，然后这边就可以产生一些内容上的更新这样子，然后其他的数据啊，包括视频之类的，可能也可以通过这样的方式去实现一个 Web3 版的一个新的这么一个应用，然后它就是一个未来的一个展望吧，就是这种能不能去做一个新的这么一个创作者经济的模式，因为用户的数据已经，就是那些数据的所有权已经是由用户去控制了，他再通过这个合约去管理嘛，然后通过应用只是通过这个 aspect 去查这边的一些数据啊，包括授权的一些信息。然后我们还希望就是能不能通过这种方式去提高一些 NFT 的一个使用价值，因为传统的 NFT 它可能只是关联一张图片，然后这个图片它很难有一个具体的应用，它只能作为一个收藏品，或者是投资产品。然后能不能通过这种方式，我去把一个 NFT 去挂到这个合约上，然后把这个 NFT 通过授权的方式给到一个DApp，然后那个 DApp 可以把这张 NFT 作为用户的一个头像或者是背景墙什么之类的，就是一个具体的应用场景，然后那个图片就不再是一个投资产品这种，它能够真正的落地应用，就是展示出来，就是我的一个资产一样。然后，这就还有一个就是，如果 aspect 它能够支持一个跨链的查询的话，用一种跨链资产，然后在不同的就是另外一条链上的 NFT，然后在我这条链上，在aspect Artela 的这个链上去读到其他链的那种 NFT，然后作为头像，或者说更头脑风暴一点，就是别的GameFi 的那种NFT 作为不同 GameFi 的那种游戏里的不同的武器装备这样子，这样子的一个想法，然后就这些。
明白。哎，对，就因为这是一个 idea 送嘛，这是一个 idea 嘛，然后我想更多就是可能我没什么问题，但我想表达一下，就是说， 就因为你写的这个 idea 可能会比较大一点点，如果真正要实现的话，可能挑战比较多。但我特别喜欢的是你刚提到那个模型，就是链上的数据通过 aspect 去清洗，然后去做2度检索，然后再给到第三方这个 DApp 去使用。这个模型是挺好的。因为举个例子，比如说像现在有很多的一些项目方，他会在链下去拉取就公开的以太坊或者说其他链托数据去做一些 AI 的训练出来的模型呢，他们又去作为自己的产品去盈利，他们挣到钱，其实又没有把这个利润分给就是贡献了这些公共对吧？区块链什么公共数据的这些所有的钱包或者说所有的用户，所以就其实跟 Web3 的一些对吧？这个精神其实听起来都怪怪的。如果说像一些就是用到链上这些公开数据的一些项目，如果能够通过这种模式，然后把一些的利润或者说一些收入或者一些激励返回到这些数据被读到的或被拿去数据做 AI 训练的这些地址的话，这个想法可能会比较酷一点点。对，所以如果说如果你后面考虑说要去把这个想法往上推一下的话，我一个就是个人一个小建议，说可以收到一个比较小的一个场景里面去试一下。对
是。
对，我就表达一下就是一些看法。对，没有其他问题
好，那停止。
All right, thank you very much for the introduction of information retrieval aspect. So our next one and our final one is our open source national database data site. Let's welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
OK. 好，我共享一下这个 PPT。
好的。
好，可以看到吗？
可以了。
哎，可以了。好的。我这个想法就刚刚老师说的那样，好像就是和这个 AI 有一些结合的，就是这个想法。然后我想的这个想法是一个，就是最后一页，是一个公开的一个全民的一个开源的数据集。首先我们为什么要构建一个全民的一个数据集？就是目前这个大数据时代，这个 AI 的厂商在训练自己这个大模型的时候，其实数据都是从这个互联网上去抓取的。这些数据的这个就是创作它是来自于整个网民，相当于它的归属权应该属于整个这个互联网上的原住民。但是实际上，这些大模型厂商在用这些数据的时候，我们作为数据的创作者，我们并没有去获得本该属于我们的这部分资产。这是一种就是类似于大模型厂商去白嫖了我们的这样一些成果，这是一个比较不合理的一个现象。然后区块链本身它就是一个可以用作一个data ownership 一个数据确权的一个功能。我就想能不能用区块链的方式，能够保证我们能够获得我们数据所产生的那样一些就是经济效益。然后我的整个这个OSD Open Source National Data Set 的一个框架呢，主要是我们的用户是需要，如果我们调用这个大模型厂商，也就是在这个模型里，大模型厂商也是一个矿工的一个形象，然后他需要去调用去支付这个 ART 的一个 token， 然后去获得这个 access to 这个大模型的一个接口，然后同时这些大模型厂商也要支付给这个用户这个 ART 的代币，同时以作为这个用户上传上来数据的一个回馈。然后整个这个飞轮的话，就是价值飞轮的话，可以说是这个公司加进来之后，它第一次加进来的时候，它需要从这个2级市场去购买这个 ART 代币，然后分发给整个链上这个所有这个上传记录的人，就是他的一个地址，直接空投给这些人。然后这样的话，这个代币的价格会有一个，因为它是从2级市场买的，所以会有一个上升。然后币价上升之后，会吸引更多的 user 来贡献自己的数据，然后有贡献更多的数据的话，这样的话就会有更多的企业参加进来，然后这样的话就形成了一个整体的一个正循环。然后当然，如果说 没有一个更多的增量公司进来的话，整个就是会币价就是对这个也不是说这个 ART 就不会有人去交易，而是比如说如果公司从这个就是没有用户去用这个数据的话，就是他需要，但他还想继续用这个整个公开的数据集的这些数据，他就需要从二级市场继续买这样的代币。然后同时也是，如果用户没有贡献足够的数据的话，他还想继续用大模型，他依旧也需要去买这个币。所以相当于这是一个无论是对于大模型厂商还是对于用户来讲，都是一个双向的一个督促。然后这个 Artela 的这样一个可扩展的一个就是区块空间，其实非常适合去做这样的数据存储，因为数据的形式有图片、有文本，还有视频等各种形式，它们的大小是不一的。我们需要有这种灵活的这些区块大小，可以去做这样的一个数据的存储。然后其实我最近发现了一个比较和这个想法有点类似的一个 D app， 就是这个币安上的一个 D app， 就是一个 QNA3 嘛，对，还是 N3A， 反正就是这样一个 AI 的一个应用，它就相当于一个 Web3 领域的 ChatGPT， 然后你提问题，然后回答是需要消耗点数的。当然，如果你反馈给予这个回答反馈，它会给予你这个 credit 的一个回馈。这个其实就因为你回馈本身其实也是一种数据的一种贡献，所以说当你贡献了一个你自己的行为数据的时候，它会给你这样一个代币的一个回馈。同时你提问其实也是需要花费代币的，这其实就和我刚刚讲的那个已经就是这个模式其实已经比较相近了。然后我觉得可以用 Artela 做的是，其实我们可以给一个打分模块，因为用户上传的数据它的质量是参差不齐的，甚至可能会有一些恶意的数据。这个矿工也就是 AI 公司，他们可以就是自定义自己的一个打分模块，然后当用户上传上来数据的时候，他们会先在链下做一个这样一个打分的一个分值的投票。比如说，如果有人打了2分，然后很多人打了4分，那么这个数据质量就会是4分。如果是很多厂商直接打了0分，就相当于你的数据是恶意的，不能用的，那么直接就不必要去浪费链上珍贵的存储空间了。这样的最终会形成一个公共的投票式的一个得分的一个情况，然后把这些具有较高得分的高质量数据存在这个链上，然后同时根据这个评分标准也可以给予这些用户不同的一个奖励，这样就可以督促用户就是上传质量更高的数据。对，然后我目前的想法就是这些，谢谢。
你这个想法你个人有想法说会把这个项目往前推吗？把它变成个项目往前推它。现在 AI crypto 还挺热的。
对。
你有想法把它变成个项目往前推一下吗？
这个第一是我觉得这个项目确实挺大的，就像你刚刚评价上一个人说，就我觉得这个不是就是这可能需要就是联合更多的一个厂商去做这样的事情，因为这可能是一个社会层面的一个事情。然后第二的话就是我个人的角度来讲，我目前还是一个比较初学的一个阶段，可能想实现这么一个想法的话，并不是一个比较我一个人去实现的话，可能不是一个比较现实的想法。当然，如果后续的话，我会继续学习，然后继续去和这个咱们 Artela 去合作的话，可以去做一个就是去做一些合约上的一个推动，去推动这样一个项目。对，
明白。因为我前阵子也和人在交流这个话题，但你这些目前这些你存在大厂里面数据里，你想要去碰他们的话，基本上是怎么说不太可能嘛。就举个很简单的例子，就比如说你现在去国内很多应用嘛，不是可以下载属于你个人数据嘛？你下载能够给你下载这些数据，都是你的头像啊、昵称啊、生日信息啊这些，才定义为属你个人数据，其实都没什么价值。然后真正有价值的，你产生内容的数据，其实归属于这些公司本身呢，已经签署在那个法律合同里面了，所以你根本就拿不到的。对，但在 crypto 里面的话，就是一个好处就在于说像以太坊啊、Layer 2啊，包括很多这种IPFS 啊，上面数据天然就公开的，对吧？天然就属于你你的那个通过你的私钥对吧，签名的确权了。然后就针对这个crypto 原生的这个圈内的数据以及圈内应用，其实也可以玩出一个小闭环了。对，你从这个切的话，其实不需要就是要很强的这种资源整合能力的，就只一些已经有用到这些数据的一些 AI 项目，其实都可以对想一些合作等切入。对，这反正我跟你分享一下，就是最近跟人聊的一些东西啊。
好的，谢谢。
谢谢。
All right. Thank you everyone for presenting today's demo day. Actually, there's one more project who cannot be with us, but he sent me a video. Like, to be fair, I think we can just because it's demo day, it's fair to give him a demo video to show its opportunity. But definitely you guys, because you attended and you're more likely to be the final winners. So thank you very much. Right now I can just share my screen to play this video. It's actually called Artela Analytics Aspect by Dan. Let me just share it. It's not mine, but yeah.
Hi, my name is Yan. Today I will present my idea using Artela Aspect Programming. My project is geared towards analyzing the transactions based on the wallet addresses and track the interactions with smart contracts to help developers improving UI UX for their app. Imagine you are a developer who has written a smart contract to perform various tasks of a decentralized exchange, such as swapping, searching for pools, checking balances, and other functions. After publishing your smart contract, it's challenging to track or analyze the metrics that users interact with your app. You could crawl information from the blockchain or somehow scrap data from Explorer, but it would be time consuming and require significant processing power. So today I found a feasible solution for hooking data from the apps that utilizing your smart contract specifically for analytics purposes, tracking essential data like interactions between wallets and smart contracts, volume, fee spans, or other metrics, thanks to Artela's Aspect Programming. It could help developers manage and improve UI UX, evaluate the overall system performance, and importantly, prevent attacks by blacklisting wallets that engage in suspended activities. Other apps might implement similar measures at the application level, but hackers can directly interact with the smart contract. They can still use APIs to avoid the blacklist of the app. So Artela can be the solution. Let's dive straight into our idea. You can easily see in the graph, first a transaction will be created, and before calling the smart contract, the initial step is to verify the transaction to see if the sender is in blacklist. If so, it will be reverted immediately. Next, a message will be sent to the second join point pre-transaction execute to perform verification and data storage for analytics purposes. Additionally, data will be recorded in the aspect contexts, such as pool information, prices, or other relevant details. After preparation step, system will call the smart contract. At this point, The smart contract will read data from the aspect context, which was prepared at the second join point to execute tasks defined within the smart contract. After successful completion of the contract tasks, the third join point will be called. At this step, the system will also proceed to record information for analytics purposes. Finally, the last join point on block finalize will be involved after the block has been completed. Thank you for your time and participation in my presentation today. I appreciate your interest.
All right, that's all. Thank you very much for attending today's demo day and present your great projects and your great ideas. And thank you to all who joined and created Aspect innovations for Artela ecosystem. And now it's some final words, right? So this hackathon is, I believe it's a successful hackathon in incubation the first group of our very core builders within Artela community, especially Aspect builders. So you guys, you are the very first and the most important builders for Artela ecosystem. And also, like this hackathon even allowed us to improve our documentations and the educational resources. So all the incentives in the future will be involved by you and with you. And the final word is that your innovation really drives the Artela ecosystem forward. Thank you. So that's all. I think for the next step is that the winners will be announced tomorrow. So in February 28th. So let's looking forward to that. And I can promise you is that everybody here is very, very excellent and very good. You will be outstanding and will be grow together with Artela ecosystem. Thank you very much for attending and keep to the last minutes. I know it's a long trip, even for the Diamond Day. Even before the Diamond Day, I know you spent much more efforts into building such kind of Aspect innovations. Thank you very much, and looking forward to talk with you very soon. And see you in the incubation program. All right, then I'll move it to Mishika to finish this Diamond Day. Thank you very much, guys.
Thanks a lot, Mike. And moreover, thank you everyone for participating in the hackathon, turning in your projects. I tried following through, but there's only a little that I could understand. But something that I'm very sure is that you have put in a lot in submitting your projects, building out your thoughts, and getting your idea to life. So I am very excited for the results tomorrow. I wish you all the best. And you guys are actually the drivers of all the ecosystems out there. And thanks a lot, Mike, for hosting in. And yeah, thank you everyone for attending and showing your ideas to us.
Thank you, Mishika, and thank you, DoraHacks, for hosting us. All right, guys.
Thanks a lot, everyone. Take care. Bye.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.